Father, yeah.
See?
Son.
Right, all of it.
Okay.
It's all it's gender related. Yes. And man is also king. Look it up in the dictionary. Man means king. So if you don't think you're royal, then you won't act like you're royal.
Makes sense, yeah.
Right? And it's the same thing for a queen or a woman.
Yeah, she don't act like a woman. She's not going to be a woman.
No. So this comes down to politically identifying a lot of it. So much of it. Your mental state's a result of the language that you use to describe yourself. It has nothing to do with anyone else. Right?
That's something I didn't know.
Well, no. Well, I know. I know a lot of things you don't know. Believe me. And sometimes I'm sitting here going, damn, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, but you teaching me every day. Not everybody knows the knowledge you know.
No. They don't want you to know as I know. That's the bigger problem.
Schools, they don't want
The whole system of education is designed to make you work for someone other than yourself. It's designed to make you dependent on the church and the state for your survival. Do you see me over here depending on the church and the state for my complete survival?
No.
I do get some stuff from the state, but that's because I'm medically disabled.
Okay.
But let's get into that, right? I get Social Security, but I paid into that, and I'm pulling out of it because I paid into it. So I paid for that benefit.
So
I shouldn't be made to feel guilty for something that I did pay for.
No, you shouldn't.
But let's talk about cash assistance, rent, food stamps, and things of this nature. I don't take any of it.
I take food stamps.
No, I don't even take food stamps. I buy my food cash.
Yeah.
So that already makes me weird in Maine, doesn't it? Right? Because I buy all my food cash, pay my rent cash. Everything's cash.
Well, do you not believe in the fucking ABT?
No, I believe it makes you weak because you didn't earn it. I don't believe in. I don't believe in handouts.
Yeah.
I get Social Security, but I paid into that, so that wasn't a handout. That was not a handout. So some people's attitude about Social Security is really flat. Retirement is really flat. You're on Social Security, get a job. I had a job. Fuck my back up. Now I get Social Security because of it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for another goddamn job. I'm retired, medically disabled, done.
Yeah.
I do this because I can. I see.
The disabled thing is really like a
So,
thing anyway.
Welcome to a lesson in etiquette, I suppose you could call it. Right? Because what is etiquette? Well, you're identifying. What do you think you are? You think you're a dog? Or do you think you're a king? Because if you think you're a dog, you're going to act like a dog.
No, yeah.
And how many men act like dogs? How many people would even say what I just said, man?
Not a lot.
So how many men are dogs? And you're like, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, watch this. When you go into the military, you're a war dog.
No.
You're a soldier, you're a war dog. You're a dog of war. If you go into law enforcement, you're a law dog. If you get into trading by sea and commerce, being a merchant sailor, then you're a sea dog.
Sea dog?
Right? So, in those situations, you're following orders. You're not giving the orders.
You're following them here.
What about dog men following dogma?
You said dogman following dogma?
Dogma is another word for religion. So if you have a religion, and your religion's perspective is more important than your own,
yeah,
then you're religious. And you're dogmatic. Because you choose your religion over your morals. You're Albert Pike and Morals and Dogma. You're either going to be a good person or you're not. And it will have nothing to do with your religion. And has everything to do with your personal choices. And that's what we're in right now, is a situation where we're watching all religions merge. That's why we got lots of Muslims coming to America.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about minority groups. Okay. Only 8% of the world population is white. So white's actually the real fucking minority.
Well, the whole world? That doesn't mean.
Right, in the whole world. When you look at the whole world, not just America, the whole fucking world, only 8% of the world population is white. You know, you got brown people, black people, yellow people,
yeah,
red people. But only 8% of the world population is actually white. I don't consider myself white. That's not white. That's copper. Copper. If I get tan, it gets red, like a copper penny. Red.
Hi, man.
Hi, Lauren. So, parents, break the word down. What's it sound like? Parents. A pair. Rents. Parents. Two pair. Rents. So, what I'm showing you there is you don't own your children, you're renting them.
You're renting them?
Parents. You wonder why you have no custody over your sons, your daughters? This is why. You think you're a parent. And they use this word, parent, to strip you of your rights as father. This is legal manipulation. It has everything to do with the language that you're allowing the courts to use against you. If you think you're a parent, then you're a parent. If you think you're the father, then you're the father. But there's a difference in legal stance when you're using the word father versus the word parent or mother. These words, mother and father, apply to living beings. Men and women. Mothers, fathers, men, women. They don't want to use that language in the courts. They want to use parents, people, and persons. If you force them to start using father and mother, or man and woman, instead of parents, people, and person,
Yeah.
they can no longer operate under certain assumptions. They're assuming that they own the children and you're renting the children from the state when you're a parent. That's why 80% of the children are in state custody. 85% of children grow up without their fathers. And it was mothers just doing their jobs that made this shit happen. Ballin'. Ballin'. Somebody's bawling. Somebody's crying. So, men and women and mother, father implies living beings.
Yeah.
And people and persons implies dead fiction, dead corporations and dead entities, corpses. You're all fucking dead already. Isn't that amazing? I mean, they've been operating under the assumption that all of you are dead preemptively for hundreds of years. No wonder why they can move you around the way they do. You're not a living being, you're a corpse. Dead men don't have any rights.
You could be 100% dead and have no rights. I mean, that's.
It's really amazing because we're in a situation where society actually hates men.
I guess I say ever since 2020.
No, always. It's just you're becoming aware of it. That's all it is for you. Everything I'm saying to you, it's not new. It's not even news. It's coming out of the fucking archives. You know what I mean?
What about the Me Too movement?
Fuck Me Too. Straight up.
Me Too movement.
The best move for you would be to try to convince your friends to vote for you.
Yeah, legit.
In a sense, you know?
Legit.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to vote for anyone other than myself, and I hope to give you the same attitude. You see?
Yeah.
It's not about me dictating terms to you. It's about you thinking like I think.
But not everyone can think like that.
No, they can't. They can't because they don't have vision.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have internal vision. Only 15% of people can talk to themselves.
What do you mean?
Internally, you can actually hear your thought processes before you speak. I hear everything in my head before I say it. What makes me exceptional is whatever pops into my head, I just say it. I'm not worrying about consequence. Silence is a consequence. I've done this long enough. I realize the louder you get, the quieter they become.
MK Ultra. Fuck is going on with that? MK Ultra bullshit.
Right? So, your legal stance in the court has to do with the titles and words you're allowing them to use on you. Huge part of it. Huge part of it. In terms of biology and science, you're really not your name. No, you're not. It's your title. It's not your being. It has nothing to do with biology.
True.
So, by operating the assumption everyone is dead, they're able to violate everyone's rights that's alive. I mean, you're alive, but they're assuming that you're dead.
Yeah.
So they can treat you however they want because in their mind, you're dead already. You just don't know it yet. And they're going to operate that assumption until somebody says otherwise. Look at me go, Tobaz. Nigga, I'm untouchable.
Everyone is alive.
Right. But they're operating this sick assumption, Tomaz. And they've been running this game since like the Black Plague. You know, the bubonic plague, fucking 1600s. 1665. You're all dead and in debt. You're broke hoes. Indentured slaves. Who do you owe for your education, Matthew? Myself. And no one else. Ain't that a bitch? Because ain't none of this going to be taught to you in school, children. None of it. None of it. Right? So it's just like that song of Will Ferrell, Boats and Hoes.
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes.
Right? Yes, I do know that. I know. Oscar Wilde said, if you're going to tell them the truth, you better be a funny man, because otherwise they'll fucking kill you. And then I thought to myself, not if I kill them first with laughing gas. Oh, we're discussing how the royals and the upper echelons of society is operating under assumptions that everyone is dead and corpses and property to the church and the state. And they operate that assumption until you correct them. Isn't that amazing? And you were under the assumption that they catered about your rights and freedom of speech and ability to defend yourself and what else? What else does the typical man worry about besides his prodigy or his fucking legacy? Do we determine the value of a man by the size of the bank account that he has or the amount of prodigy he has? Is a man's worth dictated to you by his bank account or the size of his family? Right? Right. I know. Just like that scene with Batman and Joker, and he's spraying the town with laughing gas, right? Now I got plastered on the fucking smile. You're all so happy it hurts. So that this is their tactic. This is literally their tactic. Notice of fraud of consent and read Draco Burrill. State mentioned organizations feel like their rights are superior to the rights of the living father, rights of the living mother. The living son has no voice to dissident. The state stole the voice of mother, stole the voice of father, stole the voice of the son. So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, whose rights is the state protecting? The state's rights? Not mine, not the mother's, and surely not my son's. So the only rights the state's protecting is the state's rights to violate my son's rights. Ain't that some shit? A living being is not a corporate entity. I am is not the church or state's property. I am is not your dead fiction. I am is not the church's or state's property. I'm repeating myself. I am is a living man, not a corporate entity. I am is not a commercial operator. You cannot control the living I am commercially. I don't have a license to operate commercially. So I'm trying to figure out whose jurisdiction I'm under. Because I'm not a commercial operator. I don't have a license to operate. I don't have anyone's fucking permission. I'm a bad dog. Notice of fraud. Matthew D. Burrill in all caps is a dead corporate fiction. I am is Matthew, for short Matthew. Matthew is my living name. I am is the living man. Prove that I am is your dead corporate fiction. I am not dead, so therefore I am cannot be your dead fiction. I'm not a corpse, nor am I a dead entity. I'm seeking a remedy in the return of my son immediately. Draco Burrill, the living son. My son is my property. I am is not the church or state's property. Notice of fraud, notice of breach of trust, breach of contract, Nuremberg Code violations, no informed consent, violations of parents' rights, no disclosure to the ingredients in the vaccines, no informed consent. This generally, in general, the general public was misinformed. You were lied to about the ingredients. You were lied to about the side effects, short-term, long-term, and the origin of COVID. You were lied to about everything. My God, I'm a goddamn genius. You have no jurisdiction over the dead. I'm not dead. You have no jurisdiction over the living. You only have jurisdiction over the dead. The courts are operating commercially that I'm a corporate entity. I am as a living being. I am as not a dead fiction. I am requires proof of death. Fictional caps name, Matthew D. Burrill, all caps, is a corporate fiction. Dismiss by default. Proof of death required. You have to prove that I'm dead. And you can't do that. Because I ain't dead yet, eh? Contracting to fraud, soul contracting, conning to consent, carbon copy of your footprint is the evidence of your soul contract. Conning souls, soul contracting, contract souls. There's no transparency in law, medicine, or public policy. No informed consent, no transparency, no clarity in policy. Oh. Was that did I confuse you so far? Did I confuse you?
A little bit.
I am is not a people. I am is not a person. I am is not a corpse. I am does not operate assumptions. I am is not nobody. I am is everybody. I am is not somebody. I am is the sum of everybody. I am is everybody. Prove that I am dead or dismiss with prejudice plus remedy. I'm really not asking for a lot, am I? They can't actually prove anything. The burden of proof is on the state. It's not on me. If the state of Maine cannot prove death, then the state of Maine must assume that I am is a living being, living man, and outside of corpse jurisdiction. I am is not a dead fiction. I am is not a corpse dead entity. The courts operate with assumptions that everybody is dead already. I'm not consenting to your dead fiction. Prove your fucking assumptions.
Okay.
Ballin'.
Ballin'.
And I already filed this whole claim with the court last week.
Yeah.
8 days ago.
Hopefully
Hey, Janet Mills, I'm coming for your job. You're fired in my mind. The whole Democratic Party, you're fucking fired. Fired! You're a goddamn tax burden. Just like the education system. It's a fucking tax burden, people.
Yeah.
You're earning more from me right now than you ever will in the fucking schools, and I did it on my dime.
They shall run from the teacher.
They will run from teacher. Teacher's like Jack Reacher and a preacher. So there's the legal difference between living and dead language, right? You're not a people, you're not a person, you're not a parent. None of that. None of that. You're not your name either. That's a title, it's a form of address. It has nothing to do with what you are. See how I got you? The right way to really expose it is say, what are you?
Yeah, well.
What are you? Because you're not a people, you're not a person, you're not a human. Bad words. Not a dog. Bad words. Getting that shit out of your head. Bad.
Oh my God.
There you go. You forgot. That's all it is. You forgot. You forgot that you're God. And I just made you remember. Huh?
Yeah.
Because it's my job to make you remember what you forgot. See, I know what I'm here for. Let me go, Tomaz. He got the right answer. I didn't have to give it to him. Just kidding.
Not for president.
See? I have an international following. I've been doing this for 25 years. I get more radio views and content. On my content, on average, I get more views than the local radio station. So, I mean, that's nothing to laugh at. That's 1 million views a year.
Yeah.
That's more than the local radio station.
Is that Stephen King's radio station?
Yep.
He just sold it.
I know.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch. I don't like him. I'm sorry, but
You don't like Stephen King?
No, because any of these fucking rich cocksuckers, you know, they do things to float their own ego. Oh, let's paint the together place with a mural of Stephen King on the fucking side of it. It's like a dick stamp on the city, you know? Gotta have a legacy. These motherfuckers are gonna remember my name forever.
I didn't even see that. The Marino that's on the side is fucking.
One of the characters is him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just, you know. You gotta have a legacy, bro.
Yeah.
Legacy. And that's just it. This is my legacy. This is my legacy. Look. GPA forever, represent Golden Peanut Association, JIPA. It's talking about this. I've been at this too long. I say shit that fucking.
GBA.
If the people in charge can't answer your questions, then you're put in a situation where you have no confidence in leadership.
Okay.
If they can't answer your questions, they're not smarter or they're hiding something. Which gets back into the no transparency, lack of clarity in public policy.
Okay.
How could anyone ever make an informed decision when no factual information was ever given to the public?
True. You can't.
Okay?
You know what I mean? You can't.
No. And that's in my lawsuit. You got the director of the FBI congratulating you for not getting vaccinated. And then you got Trump telling you to get vaccinated at the beginning of COVID. Right?
Yeah. And then he's like, I don't really care.
Now you don't care.
Yeah.
But remember, he pushed it on you in his first term.
Yeah.
It wasn't Biden. It wasn't Biden.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like Trump slipped in the vaccine mandates for COVID.
Yeah.
And then Biden's the fall guy.
Yeah.
And in my mind, Joe Biden is Trump's biggest supporter.
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Where do you see that?
Well, he drove everybody to Trump. You know, it's like Scottie Pippen to Jordan. Like Biden was Trump's biggest assist man. Clean sweep. Everybody running to Trump. Save me, Trump! From what? Biden. See? Save me from Biden economics.
No, we did need to save him from Biden, though.
But it wasn't Biden that did this mess. It was Trump. That was the pump and dump. He was in there real quick, short, one term, right? Made some policy changes. Then he got all that shit, right? Then he got another one. Now he's back in. But that spacer was a distraction. Joe Biden was nothing more than a distraction.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's why so all the energy shifted to Trump.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you guys, it was Trump that pushed COVID vaccines.
Yeah.
You guys, it was Trump that signed off on warp speed. You guys, it was Trump in 2020 saying it's my vaccine in the blood. My blood is the vaccine. His blood's in the vaccine.
Maybe that's true.
Maybe it is true.
Maybe Trump is our savior.
Or maybe Trump is like the devil.
Or that too.
It's 50-50, right?
Or that too. Be either or.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest.
Right. We have a real hard time with the word no in this country, Tomaz. And I'm not saying no because it's fun or healthy. I'm saying no to Janet Mills. I don't want to see failed boys in college girls' sports. Not interested. I do not know how that benefits Mainers in general. I'm sorry, Janet Mills. You're fucking fired.
It's fucked up.
You're fucking fired. And thank you, Republican Senator John Kennedy, for calling it out on the big dogs for, you know.
Really?
Do we really want to see women being beat up in a boxing ring by a tranny, a failed man, you know?
Yeah, failed man.
Failed men in women's sports. Do we really want to normalize this?
I mean, we would just start. Anyways.
Right, but then all of a sudden, when you're looking at the women, they're dudes, and when you're looking at the dudes, they're the women now. Are we really just gonna sit by and let it happen?
Probably not. There's just a huge disadvantage when you talk about sports.
85% of children grow up in a situation where there's no father figure.
Yeah.
And the state wants to say they can be a better parent, but the state can't even keep track of the children in their fucking custody. They lose 30, 40 children every year.
Nah, but like runaways.
Or they sell them. Let's get dark and dirty, bro.
Yeah.
Sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, ultimately, CPS gets a lot of money for displacing children from their parents, natural parents, of course, mother and father, and placing them in state custody or foster home or with a homosexual or transgender couple, because they'll do a better job.
Yeah.
But how many of those children wind up sexually violated by the very foster parents the state decided to put them in? Almost all of them. It's amazing. It's almost like the state wants the children to be sexually violated.
It's not it, but
well,
you can't choose your parents, you know?
Well, that's what they're deciding. That's what
Yeah.
CPS is there for, to remove the children from the natural parents and place them with transgender or homosexual couples. They can't have children, can't reproduce. They can't have children of their own, so they want yours.
And we're gonna let them have it. You wanna let them have it?
Well, the community doesn't say anything. And what's one person going to do against the entire community of people just doing their fucking job?
I don't fucking know. You can start a war, man.
Well, I think that's what's happened before. I think people woke up 100 years ago to these things and essentially burned the cities to the ground. Something along that lines, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it would make sense. Like, why would you burn the cities to the ground, right? Why would you do that? To make the rich people homeless. And the poor people aren't going to rebuild your houses. And the rich people can't fucking lay a stone. They can't fucking... What? They can't craft a brick. They can't build a house. They can't do anything but feed off you.
They can get someone to do it, though.
See, what's really scary is when men learn how to feed themselves.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, men don't need support. They don't need community. They don't need anything. They don't want anything either. Ultimately, I just want to let fuck alone. So, and it's only because of my background in big farmer that I'm even able to see these things and know these things and start, whoa. Right, my experience has got me saying what I'm saying, not my education, my observations. Like, remdesivir is a drug that shuts down kidney function and causes fluid buildup in the lungs. And the newspapers, they called it pneumonia. All the elderly people that died from COVID, millions of them. In reality, when you start digging, you realize, oh my God, that pneumonia, that fluid buildup in the lungs was because of remdesivir. So we don't care about our elderly people. We poison them. We murder them. Huh?
I mean, we kind of do. We kind of do.
And the defibrillator machines.
We do.
Put a mask on somebody and pump them full of oxygen. No.
Oh, well, they usually, what? Wait, like a normal person?
In the hospital.
You need that. They need it.
Right. You gotta see how it's a weapon.
I guess.
It can be used for good.
I mean, it's really how you view it. You know what I mean? I say if you view it as like.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Because some people like, you know what I mean?
You
Some
can't
people,
do that.
Some people.
It's
need
against the law.
hospitals.
It's against the law to raise your own garden.
What do you mean?
Well, it's against the law in Maine to raise your own, have your own vegetable garden in your front yard.
Hey.
So really, they did all this to make it so you were dependent on the grocery stores.
What do you mean?
Well, you're not growing your own food anymore like the Amish.
No, we're not. No.
My daddy raised his own food.
Okay.
Still does. Doesn't even go to the grocery store.
Because he probably has everything he needs right there. Yeah.
So how much money does he need? House is paid for. His house is paid for.
Year-round supplies is kind of a lot.
No, nothing.
Oh, really?
Think about it. He's off grid. No power bill. His house was paid for.
Okay.
And all you gotta do is grow his own dope.
There we go. No weed.
Grow his own food.
Yeah, but what?
What's he need a store for? Nothing.
I guess not.
He's producing
not.
everything for
He needs,
himself.
He needs, yeah. Yeah, but he needs to start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere.
Right. But in the times we're in right now, you're condemned. If you grow a garden, your neighbor will steal it from you.
Yeah. Yeah, your neighbor would. Can I get some tomatoes? Can I get some onions? Can I
Right.
get
So
some
there's no
apples?
reward. If you grow your own garden, your
There's
next door
not.
neighbor's gonna steal your crop. So why do a damn thing?
I mean,
Why do anything? Why build a house so the community can tax me out of it? Just doesn't make any sense to me.
there's ways around it. I heard we don't own, when you go buy a house, I heard you don't even.
There's no reward.
I heard when you buy a house, you don't even own it.
No, you never own your house
There's something like you have
because you never got the equity title. You got the other title. I can't remember the name of it right
Yes,
now.
but there is a
The
way that
equity
you
title.
There is
Oh,
a way
yeah,
that
no,
you
they-
can own it, but a
right.
lot of people don't know that.
No, they do everything they have power to make it so that you're paying taxes and rental fees for life.
For life, like forever, type shit.
Right.
You think you own this house, when you die, you don't own that fucking house.
If you don't pay property taxes, someone take the house.
I think like more people
That's
should
what
be
they did to my
aware.
stepfather. He couldn't afford his taxes. He got injured on a job site and
He couldn't afford his taxes.
he fell behind.
Oh, okay.
He lost his job, got laid off, fell behind, and
Oh, he owed taxes. Type
Yeah.
shit.
and took his house.
Damn.
Yeah.
But that's like a perk of you're working too much. Oh, you make too much money. You fuck up.
Right.
You can take everything.
Right.
Then you got to start all over.
Right. And eventually, men just say, fuck all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Eventually.
You're all fucking fired. We quit.
I feel like if men give up a lot over history, you just say fuck it and we go with our instincts.
Right. And no one wanted me.
Right.
No one wanted me to file this complaint. They wanted me to just take it up their bat. Yeah, Matthew, you're a pimp. You need therapy. You need counseling. You need drugs.
Why do they keep calling you a pimp? Like,
you see, the issue is that they will never take account to their own actions. They just want to blame me for my reactions to their fucking actions. When they violated my rights and they infringed on my freedom of speech and they stole my fucking son, in my mind, that's a Class A felony. And sitting silent to it, you're just as fucking guilty.
We need more Luigis. We need more workers. Real solid workers. Fucking.
How are you any different? You got Todd Church Thomas crying about the problems of the world. And goddamn, how about you start with one person? You know? You figure out that mess. And it might affect all children, you know? Like, wow. Because I'm trying to figure out how my child's any different than any other child.
But he's not.
He's not.
No.
And these motherfuckers want to cry and complain about the problems of the children of the world, right? And they want to save the children.
Some children.
Right? How about we save Draco from your fucking stupidity?
Yeah.
That's too much.
From the government, yeah.
That's too much to ask from community, right? It's too much. Much too much.
I don't get that. Where do they get that from? Oh, yeah, because of. Never mind, I get it, yeah. That's fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
That's fucked up, though. Like, they have no right to even say some shit like that.
No.
Fucked up.
Right. And they use that as reason for stealing my son.
Yeah, your son. That's.
And then I got to spend a year trying. And my son's grown up in a fucking foster home because of some feminist liberal having a hair across their ass because I fucking said no. And I'm like, newsflash, lady, I don't work for you.
You work for us.
I don't fucking work for you.
The cops work for us. Bro,
I ain't your slave. I ain't your nigger. I ain't your church state property. And I said it fucking real loud. Y'all heard me. We're done with this silent mute game. Silence means you're fucking guilty. Silence means you're the problem.
Yeah.
Avoiding the problem makes you part of the problem. You may as well have stole my child yourself. See what I mean? Because no one said a fucking word, bro. So in my mind, they're all goddamn guilty. They said nothing. They did nothing. What the fuck? Baby can't even speak.
Can you not? It's 2, right?
No, he's 1.
Oh, so yeah, he can't even speak.
Right. Who the fuck's going to say no for a voiceless toddler? The daddy! And the only one that's saying no is me, but all of a sudden I'm a fucking criminal. I'm a pimp. I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist because I don't believe in vaccination. Oh. How y'all doing? This is a rerun from earlier when I was talking to my friend Joe there. Hi, Andrew. Shit's wild. What we're not taught in school is proper grammar, proper etiquette of letters, words, definitions of words, origin of words, what the words mean. We're just all running around under fucking assumptions like we know everything. It's goddamn amazing. You see how I said that? I said it in an inclusive, all inclusive manner. But really, I'm not part of this problem because I'm able to articulate on it. I have the ability to speak on it. I don't think really the majority of people understand that their name in all capital letters is a corporation and is a dead fiction. And words written in all capital letters, block and chain lettering, dead language. It's corporate tongue. It's legal language and not lawful language. This is going to cause a lot of confusion. And they take advantage of this and use this against you and myself. We're not supposed to know the difference between living and dead. We need a certification or a degree from university to be able to define well the living and the dead things. What we really have here is the issue with status and station and rank and file titles of nobility, positions. Your position decides your worth, not your life. Seems a little fucked up there. Seems like most people value their positions in life more than their lives. And as a culture, I think we value dead people more than the living. Maybe we should ask Dr. Fauci about it. How y'all fucking feel about it? Does it look like I give a fuck about your reactions? This is a fodder that's been pushed too goddamn far. Your silence, predictable. Huh? Predictable. And if you're predictable, then you're programmable. And silence then becomes a weapon of oppression. You might be suffering depression because of the words coming out of my mouth. And when we don't like what someone's saying, you know what we do to them? We suppress them. We fucking muzzle them. We censor them. Because that's what good people do. Put muzzles on their neighbors. I was just doing my job. And apparently there's no personal responsibility amongst professionals. None. They're never responsible for anything they do, and they're not responsible for the assumptions that they fucking make. Like calling me a pimp. Should they have done that? Probably not. And you know, really pissed me off. So now I'm looking around and all I see is corporate hookers. Chicken head motherfuckers. Mute dogs. They can't do their own thinking. They need someone to do it for them. How you feel about it? I'm trying to figure out when feelings and concerns became the basis of law in this country. And what gave that woman the right to use her feelings and concerns to distort the premises of law? For a political profit, right? She got a huge cash bonus for stealing my son. I started asking questions to the guardian litems and all the people that are handling my son, how much they were getting paid. And They didn't want to approach that issue. And motive is the oldest reason in the world to do something. And me, I'm the most dangerous man alive because I don't have a motive. Ultimately, at this point, I just want to see you all burn. Why would I defend any one of you? It's not logical. And sitting silent just shows how useful you are. That's predictable behavior. So why would I ever worry about arguing with people when they don't have a response for anything that comes out of my mouth? That's what I'm trying to figure out, right? I make funny noises and they don't have a response for them. I want to thank Kash Patel for acknowledging the unvaccinated as having the most backbone in the country. Isn't that amazing? The director of the FBI is congratulating the unvaccinated for their choices. The new top raw dog. Huh? And Fauci is wanted by Putin for war crimes. Putin wants Fauci's head on a platter. I think we should give it to him. We could save ourselves a lot of money, aggravation. That motherfucker's life is not worth defending. And the Democrats, that's your God. Right? That's an American Idol right there. Celebrity. Got real popular with the coffee cups and the t-shirts, right? Selling you on the idea that COVID masks were going to prevent you from getting COVID. Wearing a mask caused you to gain a respiratory illness. Wearing a mask caused hypoxia. Wearing a mask caused cancer cells to develop within the being or the patient. Thanks a lot, doctor. You should give Fauci to Putin and save all the taxpayers all kinds of money. And anyone associated with Putin, Fauci, you know, like this Peter Daszak and the Francis Collins and, you know, all of them. You should give them the whole goddamn party. Because these motherfuckers are not goddamn worth defending. Not one of them. None of them! I said it for free, so I'm trying to figure out why you're all so silent. That's what you can expect from good people. So just call me Dr. Evil, the devil, whatever you want to, you know? I really don't give a shit. Late for dinner? Nope. Never late. As a rule of thumb, wizards are never late. They're always on time, motherfucker. How you feel about that shit? It's good shit, isn't it? Wild. Get back into this. Sure the fuck is. Fucking wild. Bro, I'm here to challenge your logic, right?
Yeah.
I'm not here to.
Misconstrue me into some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, think about what Pope Francis said right here.
Pope Francis?
Pope Francis said this, right? This is me challenging your logic. Pope Francis said this. Vaccinating is an act of self-love.
That's stupid.
The Pope said that.
He was high when he said that shit.
The Pope said that shit.
Tell you.
To billions of Catholics. Remember?
Yeah.
And to them, Pope is their God.
Yeah.
And there's no defying the Pope. No, you don't do that.
No, yeah, seriously. All those people that night probably got vaccinated.
So, getting vaccinated is an act of self-love. I have to say it twice because
It doesn't make sense. You know,
when you understand the side effects of vaccines and what's in the vaccines, and then you hear the father of the church
say
say
it.
vaccinating is an act of self-love. You guys say that now you're in defiance of the church, bro. Now you're an enemy of the church and the state because there's no separation. You're at odds with the Pope now. Now you're the Pope's enemy. How does that make you feel? Like a boss?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you just know, now you know something that, hey, something ain't right here.
It's not right. It is not right.
Feeling like a boss? I'm feeling like a boss right now.
Making paradise a reality.
I'm the boss, Thomas. Holy shit. We got over 2 million dead toddlers that suffered from myocarditis, heart attack, and stroke, everyone. Think they can talk for themselves?
No. Where? No, I can't.
That's just the last couple of years, by the way. During COVID. They got vaxxed for COVID.
Yeah.
And the side effect is 2 million dead babies.
The thing is, COVID, you know what? COVID gives you COVID. I mean,
right. There you go.
It's like retarded.
Right. COVID gives you COVID.
If you've never had COVID before, you go get the vaccine. They're giving you COVID. So it's a high chance that you could die.
Right.
Because your body has never even been through the symptoms of COVID.
Right.
That's why they didn't really know. They were saying about the babies, about pregnant women.
Right.
It was like fucking up their pregnancy.
Right.
Because they don't really know what the fuck's in the vaccine. They just right. They said, hey, this one looks like it's going to work. Hey,
they weren't testing any of this shit.
Right. To the world, this one's going to work. And I bet you they have multiple.
Elon Musk reporting they are finally admitting long COVID is just the vaccine industry. Injury. Excuse me, injury.
Okay.
So the side effects, the COVID illness, like you say, when you give a vaccine, you're giving them COVID, just like Elon Musk said here. Yeah. Elon Musk said it, everyone. Elon Musk said it. You don't believe me when I said it? You didn't believe me when I said it. So I have a large bank account. That's why you didn't believe me when I said it. That's the only reason why you didn't believe me when I fucking said it. But when a rich cocksucking billionaire says it, oh, you'll believe him.
Gotta be true.
Gotta be true. Right? Or what about this Irish light Front page news. Pfizer knew that their vaccines would kill. They knew they were going to kill people with the vaccines before they distributed them.
They don't even know what's in them bitches. COVID hit, we had a vaccine out in a week. That don't even make sense. It was like a week.
Breaking news. Pure study confirms the mRNA injections crossed the placenta barrier and reached the fetus inside the pregnant mother.
Yeah. A lot of that was happening. Baby, pregnant women just not being able to give birth. Babies dying.
This is not to gloat. This is to remind all the nice people that hoped we would die and thought we should lose our rights, that we were wrong, and not just a little wrong, we were right. And not because we were better or smarter, but we listened to that small inner voice. No one, not a single one of us unvaxxed people regrets not taking it. In fact, we became increasingly grateful that we didn't fall for the fear propaganda of COVID.
That's me and you right there, bro. For real. I'm still not vaccinated. I got COVID twice, though. So I don't see the need to get a vaccination.
You have a 96% survival rate.
Yeah.
It was only killing elderly people.
Yeah.
And that's because they had a weak-ass fucking immune system.
It was killing babies. Like,
what about this? Big pharma giant Moderna covered up clinical data that shows toddlers suffering heart attacks and strokes during their COVID-19 booster trials. So they hid the clinical data. They really didn't want you to understand how many people were dying from this shit.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot, bro.
Isn't that amazing? And I already filed all this with the court too, so it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Renowned scientists sounds alarm as traces of COVID vaccines are found in cancer cells or cancer tumors. So so if you think about a tumor, you look at it like a zit, right? It's got a core.
Yeah.
At the core of the tumor, the vaccine. So the vaccines are causing tumors.
Okay.
Catastrophic bombshell. First ever definitive proof that Pfizer COVID vaccines integrates into the human genome. The genetic sequence found in Pfizer's modified mRNA slow bioweapon kill vaccine integrates into the human genome, and now all future vaccinated generations are genetically modified as well as their offspring. What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? It means the next generation of people will be graphene-based life forms. They will no longer be carbon-based life forms. They changed the basis of your fucking biology. They changed you from a carbon-based life form to a graphene-based life form. Because they really cared about you. Julie Donuts. The agencies formed to protect children are trafficking them. Why are women saying that? It's not me saying it. It's a mother saying it. Oh my God. Huh?
Well, it's a business.
Oh, it's business. But whose rights are they protecting? The mothers, the father? Nobody's rights.
Nobody.
Nobody's. Top doctor. We were told to deliberately kill millions of COVID patients using ventilator machines.
Yeah.
Jeez, it makes you really want to trust the doctors, don't it? We got to talk about your morals and ethics, don't we?
Because they were getting banked from people that were saying they died of COVID.
Right. And think about all the elderly people that died on the ventilator machines during COVID. What if you just sat there and said, my God, the defibrillator machines were literally used as an instrument of death? You are dealing with mad scientists. You are dealing with people who have no fucking morals.
So why wouldn't they use that as a tactic?
Silent weapons. Quiet wars. You motherfucker, open your lungs up. Let me pump some air in there and burst your lungs. Die. Is it really that much of a conspiracy?
No, not really.
And in this country, you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And that's the amazing part right? I left home with $50 in my entire life. I've been a guilty little fuck, a little shit, pimp, fucking whore magnet. What? You know, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. And then I looked around at 43 and I'm like, wow, most of my friends are dead. Dead.
Dead. Yeah.
And the ones that are still alive, they're in prison.
Yep. Yep.
And now, wow. What kind of future is that? Dead or prison?
You gotta make it. Yeah, that's not a future.
Makes me want to work real hard, huh? Gonna wind up dead or in prison?
Either or, but it's gonna happen. One of them's gonna happen. Guarantee it.
My younger brother's in prison. My older brother's dead. See?
Oh, he's in fucking. He got locked up.
Yeah, he's doing 10 years for being high on heroin, doing 3 B&Es in one night. Fucking at 3 houses side by side.
Oh, okay.
What a fucking junkie.
I heard about that.
Harrison Smith. Not sure if y'all noticed, but the U.S. government issued an official report admitting that COVID-19 was man-made. That means this was mass murder.
Yeah, what?
Mass murder. Right? That means that Fauci and Bill Gates are the world's most renowned.
Why you saying Bill Gates?
Well, because Fauci and Bill Gates work together.
Oh, okay.
They're partners in crime, bro. Like, Fauci is Bill Gates' sock puppet.
Oh, okay.
Fauci got all his funding
From Bill.
and your tax dollars through USAID. You're right. U.S. Aid for International Development. USAID, United States Aid for International Development. USAID sounds like you're giving charity to children in third world countries. But in reality, USAID was for destabilizing countries and toppling regimes so they could put in their own puppet governments to control countries. You got to destroy countries' wealth and build it up for profit, you see? Creating wealth generation. No one wants to talk about those things. You know what's real profitable?
What?
Bombing countries and stealing their mineral resources.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Yeah.
We do that a lot.
We have always done that. And you know what's even
We
cooler?
just take what's ours.
And you know what's even cooler? We created direct energy weapons.
We did.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we got
And then we use those direct energy weapons against our own people.
Yeah, we got that shit.
Right? I mean, look at North Carolina, South Carolina, Maui, California, and Wyoming. If you think otherwise, you need mental aid. You can't think for yourself. You need me to do it for you. Right? It's just fucking wild. That's part of a peace accord that we signed in the early 70s when we first discovered how to use the weather as a weapon of mass destruction under Lyndon Johnson. Johnson said whoever controlled the weather controlled the world. Who controls the weather? NASA?
Yeah, that's what you would say.
Yes. So you know what happens in this conspiracy? Create a triangle and it gets interesting. It gets really fucking juicy, right? There's a triangular relationship between NASA, Disney, and the Vatican, bro.
Okay.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. Follow the money.
Old money's not new money. New money's not old. East Coast money's not West Coast money. West Coast money will never be East Coast money. East Coast money's gold, silver, pirates. You know what I mean? West Coast money is Silicon Valley and big tech. Old money, new money.
Old money, new money.
I'm dumb, right? Old blood will never be new blood. New blood will never be old. You bleed on your way into this place and you'll bleed on your way out.
Blood in, blood out.
You go into this world in diapers and you leave this world in diapers.
You did too, but that's crazy. Guaranteed. Much bigger diapers.
What could possibly be going on here? Protecting themselves from lawsuits and limited liabilities? CVS CEO stepping down. CVS is in the process of closing 900 stores. Walgreens announced the closing of 1,200 locations. Rite Aid filed for bankruptcy and begun closing 800 stores out of their 1,700 across 55% of their stores across the U.S. Walmart closing 51 healthcare centers across the U.S. 21 hospitals closed in 2024. 700 more are downsizing. Is this so they can get ahead of the lawsuits? Is this so they can protect themselves from prosecution, cash out, and go on the run?
Annihilation.
Think about it, bro. With everything else I've already told you, this is background noise. In the background, these are things that are happening. Why are these big dogs closing up shop? Like they're about to get hit.
I
Huh?
didn't know Walmart announced that either.
Yeah, I know. What's going on there, right, guys? Crazy conspiracy theorists. Huh? Crazy. Anti-vax, this was posted by Politics.
CBS is gone.
Right? This is one of my favorites. I had to refresh this. This is from 4 years ago. Anti-vaxxers have a dangerous theory called natural immunity. Now it's going mainstream. Yes, we do. It's called herd immunity. You're going to love it. Right?
Okay.
I created it. I created herd immunity. I fucking invited you all to hear me. And now you all have herd immunity. Because you heard me. You heard me. And now you have herd immunity. Fucking funny, right? You cannot bullshit a bullshitter.
Because they just be bullshitting. They bullshit all the time. How you gonna bullshit a bullshit? You just can't.
There's bullshit in the woods. You ever see it happen? You never see it happen.
No.
But does it happen? Well, logic says, yeah, a fucking bull was going to shit in the woods. Well, what about a bear or a moose? You ever seen it happen?
No.
No. Well, guess what? Logic's still going to tell you that shit happens. They shit in the fucking woods. And guess what? Some people don't believe in the shit until they step in it.
Yeah.
Now they in a bear trap. They're a fucking bear trap. Bam!
And they got shit all over them. Now they're like, oh shit, the shit's real. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alberta, Canada Task Force recommends the halt of COVID-19 vaccine. So even in Canada, hey, you guys, we better shut down this whole vaccine program. It ain't doing any good.
Is that what they were saying?
Yeah. Right, I love this little factual piece of information. Big Pharma pays doctors. Big Pharma pays researchers. Big Pharma pays politicians. Big Pharma pays the FDA. Big Pharma pays the med schools. Big Pharma pays the lawyers. Big Pharma pays the lobbyists. Big Pharma pays the media. Big Pharma pays celebrities. Big Pharma pays big tech. Not fucking trusting an industry that is financially dependent on you being sick does not make you a conspiracy theorist, but actually shows you critical thinking skills. So everybody is getting paid by Big Pharma.
Okay.
Did you hear a party of dissidents in regards to vaccine between Republicans and Democrats?
No.
No. There is no.
No.
Right. That's because Big Pharma controls both parties.
That makes sense.
That makes sense, doesn't it? That means Big Pharma is holding this country politically hostage to mandates.
Okay.
Forced vaccines.
force. Yeah, they did force vaccines though.
Right.
You know,
See, they don't want you to think it was forced on you. They want you to think you had a choice.
Sure.
Because putting you in a situation where you had no choice means they violated your rights to choice.
Yeah. Like there were certain jobs you had to get fucking vaccinated.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You had no choice.
You had no choice.
Quit your job. How many people are going to quit their job?
Like, a lot of people did though. There was a lot of people that just didn't want to get vaccinated.
Why is Fauci being wanted by Putin?
Yeah, you talk about that.
All right?
War crimes.
War crimes. Putin is offering to end this whole Ukraine mess. All he wants is Fauci. And I'm like, you can have him.
Yeah. But we don't.
He doesn't deserve protection.
We don't negotiate with people.
Because I'm aware of Liz Churchill's statement, arrest Dr. Fauci. Celia went to New York to the Gates of Heaven Cemetery, where Fauci was disposing the corpses of children who died in his illegal experiments. She opened the astroturf and she saw hundreds and hundreds of tiny coffins stacked.
That's great.
Fauci is a war criminal. Thank you for stopping in, Drew G. Thank you. Thank you very much. And keep in mind, my son right now is in the state of Maine's custody because I'm a crazy kook and a fucking conspiracy theorist. I'm a nut job. We're all fucking nuts here, aren't we? Tell you what, this shit's fucking nuts, ain't it? Like, we're gonna let that guy dictate terms to your healthcare and mine. Get the fuck out of here. Fauci, fired. Putin, you want him? Take him. Take his whole goddamn posse, too. Fire all of them. Fauci is a monster. And I don't know how Trump's any better when he said, I recommend taking vaccines. I did it. It's a good thing. Take the vaccines. That was Trump in August of 2021. I hope everyone remembers when they're getting the COVID-19 vaccine that if I wasn't president, you wouldn't be getting that beautiful shot for 5 years at best, and probably wouldn't be getting it at all. I hope everyone remembers Donald J. Trump, February 28, 2021. I would recommend it, and I would recommend it to a lot of people that don't want to get it. And a lot of those people who don't want to get it voted for me, frankly. Donald J. Trump, March 16th. We have our freedoms and we have to live by that, and I agree with that also. But it is a great vaccine. It is a safe vaccine. It is something that works. It did work. He wasn't lying to you.
Yeah.
It did work.
But not for like what he said.
Right. I hope everyone remembers when they're getting the COVID-19 vaccine that if I wasn't president, you wouldn't be getting that beautiful shot for 5 years at best. Former president. This is back in 24.
Yeah.
2020.
2020, yeah.
And now look, a lot of people dropping dead because of it. So yeah, the vaccines worked all right, Trump.
Well, you don't like Trump though?
Never did.
Yeah.
He's a snake oil salesman. I recognized it from the beginning. Everybody said I was fucking crazy.
JFK.
What crimes did Biden pardon Fauci for? Why did Fauci get a preemptive pardon from Joe Biden? And then why did Trump reverse that pardon just this morning?
He reversed it?
Yeah. So not only did Biden get a preemptive pardon for all of his actions, whatever he did, he's never been charged, never been convicted, hasn't gone to court yet. So he's just,
Yeah, you can't do that.
Right. A pardon comes after you've been charged, after you've been convicted.
After you're already locked up, yeah.
Right. You can't get a preemptive pardon. It's never happened in the history of this country. Never. So Trump reversed that, just like this morning or maybe yesterday.
Yeah.
Within the last couple of days.
Days.
Right. Because what they found out was that Joe Biden's signature was an auto stamp pad pen. He wasn't actually signing any of the policies.
He was just, okay.
Somebody out. They weren't handwritten.
Okay, what?
Joe Biden wasn't even signing the policies. He's just, somebody was stamping them.
Yeah.
He was a rubber stamp man. He was a figurehead, and he was just there to rubber stamp policies and to be a fall guy.
Yeah, he's not even signing anything, looking at anything over there.
Right. This is This is a patent for 3D graphene oxide nanoparticulates for cloud seeding. So they're putting nanoparticulates into the atmosphere, and you breathe that shit in. So your body is full of this graphene because of the air and your food. You don't even know if it's in the food you're eating.
Yeah.
But it is in the air. So it's in everybody. Heavily censored Pfizer document shows that COVID began a 5-year mass depopulation agenda that will reach completion by 2025. Want to talk about your doctors and the bonuses they get for vaccinating your children?
Yeah, no. It's a lot. It's crazy. So many people were dying.
That's why they care about your child's health care, because of the incentives for vaccination. The vaccine was never brought in for COVID. COVID was brought in for the vaccine. They already had the vaccine before COVID.
I bet you they did. They put it out too quick, bro.
Right. They had it years in advance.
Yeah, how you just, this is a new strain of something.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Did you know that USAID, using your tax dollars, funded bioweapons research, including COVID-19, that killed millions of people? So you're not just hearing it from me.
You're hearing it from Eli.
You're hearing it from your god, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is telling you the same damn thing. Merck FDA new Gardasil HPV vaccine was contaminated with someone's DNA. Makes me think about that Trump statement.
That's fucked up, though. You know what that is?
Right, but this makes me think back to when Trump said my blood was in the vaccines, or my blood is the vaccine. Mm-hmm. And then you see shit like this. And I'm like, whoa, how much of this is me being a crazy person? Huh? Dr. Ryan Cole, the next epidemic is going to be a cancer caused by the COVID shot. A family doctor in Ireland reported that in a 6-week period, he's seen an explosion of cancers like he's never seen in his 40-year career.
That would actually be crazy, though. And imagine there's just a bunch of people. Yo, actually, I know a lot of people actually that got cancer in the past 4 years. Like, weirdly, you know what I mean?
Moderna CEO admits company produced COVID vaccine before the pandemic. See?
Wait, what?
They already had the vaccines before the pandemic. They created that. They created the rumors. They created the propaganda to give you the vaccine. They already had the vaccine.
Oh, 2019.
They created a fear. Oh, COVID, this virus in the bats and the wet markets, the wet market theory, or it's a biolab weapon, bro. I'm not down for wet market theory. I never was. This is about narcissists and ego fucking maniacs.
So you don't think that it could have been a bioweapon?
No, it is a bioweapon.
From China. That's not like
No, we funded it. That's what they don't want you to fucking realize. Hey, Fauci funded this shit.
But that was because of, what's his name? Funding he
NIH. NIH was funding the Wuhan lab. Huh? How am I doing, Drew G? Remember, I've been outside of the educational system for 27 years. Power to the fist. Fist this, motherfucker. Somebody should call their mothers and their grandmamas and, call Sharon and Karen. Call Citizens on Patrol, Neighborhood Watch Program. Hey, neighbors, watch this shit going down in the hood. They planned for there to be no parents in Planned Parenthood. That was their agenda. No parents in the hood. Planned Parenthood planned for there to be no parents in the hood. Bam! It jump starts your fucking Finkster. So remember, I'm over here telling you, you need to just give Fauci to Putin. We don't want him. He ain't worth defending, Drew G. Send him to Russia. Let the Russians have him. Huh? How you feel about that? How many other people can get on board with that? The Democrats, this is their god. I just took down their god, Drew G. I took down the blue fish god. Red fish, blue fish, red fish, blue. Which one are you? Some will react in a positive, right? And some will react in a negative, right? It's wild. And I did not dictate terms to reactions. I did say they were confessions, though. I'm here to really flip someone's fucking lid out. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Earlier, and the man I was talking to was of color. He was not white. He was a black man. So I think that's very important for this. He didn't get mad at me at all, did he? I got right across to the point. My God, he never even lifted his voice. And I told him some horrifying shit, didn't I? And I said it for free. That's why I'm sharing this the way I'm doing it right now. Raw content from my house to yours, Drew G. Did you like listening to that conversation I had with my friend Joe? Now I'm mixing it up. Adding in some of my past content. Making it like shit, man. Where's my fucking trophy? I'm here to try to answer your questions. I'm sure you'll have reactions, which are confessions of ego. They're red fish, blue fish reactions. Because I didn't tell you positive or negative, did I? No. I'm supposed to be stupid, remember? I'm a dum-dum. But I'm a dum-dum that's tested in the top 97 percentile of the state of Maine in regards to English and language arts and crafts and expressing myself well, articulation. My oratory skills are amazing. My granddaddy was a shaman and taught oratory as well. I hear it, I see a vibration, then I can speak on it. That's a gift. And of course, awesome, awesome. Let me finish up this feed, bro.
Yeah.
Towards the tail end of it. I'll send you the clip to this. I think you met Joe.
Possibly.
So I just did a breakdown on YouTube of what's the sense going on.
And your 3 packages.
We're in quite a situation. I'll sum it up with a situational perspective that Fauci's not worth defending. Putin wants him to end the Ukrainian war. Putin wants to charge Fauci with war crimes. I say we give him to him. I don't think he's worth defending. I got into more of it in this clip, and I'll send it to you.